If you work in enterprise security or on a SOC team, it's a given that you're going to begin your day with more alerts than you could possibly investigate. To even triage these alerts, you have to correlate information across any number of different platforms, each with their own perspective on an event based on what that tool was designed to do. And at the end of the day, if the event began in a user's browser, as they often do, you're left with no definitive proof of exactly what happened or what assets were exposed. Take phishing, for example. These attacks have become very sophisticated, demonstrating the techniques found in highly evasive adaptive threats, or HEAT attacks. One example is credential phishing. As Menlo Threat Labs recently reported, a common technique is impersonating brands or companies that victims recognize. In fact, Microsoft is the most impersonated brand across industries right now. Now, naturally, threat hunters are always eager to view those pages, because if an attack is successful, they'll likely see it again. Unfortunately, estimates of how long such sites are live are measured in minutes or maybe hours, but not anymore. With the Menlo Secure Enterprise browser, traffic passes through our secure cloud, and Menlo Heat Shield can help you identify and stop these threats. Heat Shield can be configured to block the user from inputting data into the phishing site, to isolate the site to read only, or to simply log the event. And now, even zero-hour phishing attempts can be captured by Menlo Browsing Forensics. Let's take a look into the Menlo admin portal and see how it works. On this page, you can see a number of threats that have been triggered focused on uncategorized sites. For more information, I can click on the details, and this will take me down to the individual threat types that have been exhibited. If I want to get further information, I can then click on the logs and see that we have a number of zero-hour phishing attempts associated with the same user, and they've triggered Heat Shield logs. I can also see that sessions were recorded and captured using browsing forensics. When I click on this log, I can immediately access that captured session to determine exactly what the user did. Now, along the bottom of this page, you can see actual screenshots of the user interactions, which can be viewed in near real time by clicking play. We can see that in this case, it looks like the user did enter his credentials into what looks like a Microsoft sign-in page. Now, before I go on, you might wonder why this particular threat doesn't show up as zero-hour phishing and why it wasn't stopped by Heat Shield. For this demo, we wanted to show you all of browsing forensics capabilities. If Heat Shield was enabled, all that you would see is that the page was blocked. Now, that's great for security, but it makes for a pretty boring demo. Let's go on. We can get even more detail by clicking to the input field to see exactly what the user entered. Another thing to note is that browsing forensics captures the page resources as well, even if the site itself is taken down. Threat hunters can get a deeper understanding of the attacker's techniques with a view of JavaScript, CSS, HTML, and more. These recordings are immediately sent off to the AWS or Azure storage location of the customer's choice. Unlike many security tools, browsing forensics is intuitive and easy to use. Just press play. Finally, browsing forensics helps security analysts, incident responders and threat hunters, as well as compliance, audit, and even HR teams see what really happened and refine policies accordingly. Find out more about browsing forensics from Menlo Security. Browsing forensics. Now you know.